Hello, welcome back to Binni's Retro. Today I am covering one of my top 5 to-do games since I started this channel, and one that I've wanted to play for a long time, since basically 1987. I think it was 1987 when this was released. And in case you don't know, my name is Binni, and the concept of this channel is that I was born and raised in Iceland. And my only computer from 1982 to 1992 was a single Spectrum. First a 48K, then a 128K. And the concept is, I was obsessed with the single Spectrum, but I didn't have access to all the games, sadly. We did get a lot of games, especially the early titles and a lot of the kind of the bigger titles, the Robocop and a lot of compilations. But for some reason, probably tax and import reasons, the budget titles never really came over to Iceland. And this is the most famous budget title of them all. Dizzy, the ultimate cartoon adventure. Been wanting to play this for a long time. So, yeah. Let's read the back here. So, you'll get Dizzy playing this action-packed cartoon adventure as you somersault around fantastical mystical kingdoms. Collect the ingredients for a magic potion to kill the evil wizard Sax. A brilliant game by brilliant programmers for brilliant gameplayers. And the brilliant programmers are, of course, the Oliver twins. This is their most famous game, and released by Codemasters, the kings of the budget titles for the Cherished Spectrum. But let's look at the reviews. So Crash, kind of a okay review, not a crash mess like many other games that I cover, but a generally okay 78%, and an enjoyable and graphically competent arcade puzzle game is what they say. Okay, but they do complain, like all the 3 reviewers, complain a little bit about it being too cute, like too cartoony, but I love that. I've always been someone who loves kind of cartoons, colorful things. While other kids were watching Poltergeist, I was watching Willow, and I liked the Gummy Bears and Teddy Ruxpin. On the Mega Drive, I loved the Disney games, the Donald and Mickey games. I mean, I loved stuff like that, and I still do. I'm a kid at heart. Okay, but let's look at Your Sinclair. Your Sinclair, kind of similar, 7 out of 10, but they do give it a 9 out of 10 in graphics and value for money. That's pretty good. And they say traditional arcade adventure with a bias to the action side and enough nice touches to make it a good budget buy. Yep, but Sinclair user, they give it kind of the best review, so 9 out of 10. And in a review filled with puns, they end up with, once you get cracking at this exciting game, you'll never let it lay for a moment. Actually, all these reviews have endless amounts of puns, which is classic for the Sinclair magazines at the time. Yeah, Dizzy. I'm very much looking forward to it. I think I know how this plays, even though I've probably never played it. I've just seen so many screenshots over the years in all the Sinclair magazines. It's one of the most ubiquitous games in the Sinclair magazines. And today I have a guest with me who's going to play it with me, or actually going to show me how to play it. Someone who's raised on this game and was raised on the budget titles. So let's get cracking. So hello,
Hello.
welcome, and introduce yourself. Who are you?
I am RoseTintedSpectrum, or Dave. The cat is here for people who watch the channel. So It's always a treat. Apologize if the cat does start jumping on anything and making noise. It's something that happens when I'm live recording quite often.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, I do stuff on YouTube, much as yourself. I've been doing that for 4 years now. I think it's been 4 years. Has it? Yeah, I think it's been just over 4 years, and doing all right in it.
Yeah, you're doing great. I mean, you are one of my favorite videos to watch during COVID, for
Mm.
sure. I watched all your videos, and probably one of the main inspirations why I started this.
Yeah, good. And I think that there's been a few people that have done that because, I mean, much like myself, I just started because I thought, why not?
Mm,
There was no real catalyst behind it. Um, and the way I approached it was exactly the same way that you do your channel. I
mm.
was going to go back and, sorry, the dog is currently biting her ass on a beanbag, just in case you can hear that. Yeah, I was going to start playing Spectrum games because I haven't played them for years. And then I thought, I wonder if I should record them and then just do something with that footage. And that was literally it. That was the entire thought process between me not doing YouTube and doing YouTube.
And your first video was actually a Dizzy video, right?
It was, yeah.
Mm,
Very first one was Dizzy.
hmm. So, your history with Dizzy.
Mm, yeah. I mean, Dizzy for me was the first time. I know a lot of people hate Dizzy, and I can totally understand why. There are there are a lot of issues with Dizzy. Um, they get better as time goes on, but yeah, my very first game that I can remember thinking, "Wow, this is what a game can be," was the original Dizzy, and I think that was a mixture of the amazing art. I mean, Codemasters games always looks incredible on the box.
Mm.
The artists that they got in for them were specifically perfect for my age range. Just bright and colorful, cartoony, and it said the ultimate cartoon adventure on the box, which was all I needed.
But
Yes,
this box is kind of like, who are these guys? Do you
I
know?
don't know. Yeah,
It's
it's
so, and he's falling down a waterfall, and there's just some
yeah.
guys there.
Now there is like a cave system in the game, but there is like another egg that's not
Mm.
in a cage. It's just behind a wooden fence. It's not like a cage that egg is locked in. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But yeah, I'm presuming that the artist was just told, oh, it's basically about an egg with boxing gloves, and he's on an adventure, and this guy just had to go away and draw it.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah,
I would have bought this if I saw this in the store. But since I lived in
absolutely.
Iceland, we didn't get all the great budget titles.
Yeah, yeah, it's a shame because that's literally all I ever played.
And you, I mean, you grew up with the Spectrum in a different way from me because you mostly grew up on the budget titles, right?
Yeah, yeah. So my parents were yeah, devout followers of the no more than budget price gaming.
Mm.
So hence why 90% of the games on my channel are budget games, if not just weird crap. The only time I ever really got big games was there was next door neighbor. I think he'd left for university, and he just gave me a crate full, like a massive crate full of games,
Mm.
and I'm not entirely sure I even got through them all. I've got to be honest. There was so many games in there, and that's where I was introduced to stuff that was probably what most people would consider the classics, like sort of Manic Mile and Jet Set Willie and all
Yeah.
of that. Like I didn't play any of that. So yeah, that was a very good year indeed, I think.
So I think I should just try this out.
Mm.
Um,
Is Treasure Island or the first Dizzy that you're playing?
it is the first Dizzy.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks good. I like the
Yeah.
animation.
It does. I would say the first Dizzy is possibly the most obtuse in terms of puzzle solving.
Okay.
It's not the most difficult. I think that probably goes to Treasure Island Dizzy just because you only get one life. This is, yeah, this is slightly archaic is possibly the best way to describe it.
So immediately this jump is weird. And because I can't control it or anything. It
Nope.
just no. Okay,
No.
there's an item, and should I pick up the item?
Mm,
And okay, I'm holding a burning torch.
yes.
Okay,
I can't remember what half of these items do. I'm going to be honest.
okay. Oh, what happened? Is it one of those games where you kind of have to
Mhm.
learn everything?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. There will be times where you walk into a screen and you're dead within about 3 seconds if you don't know what you're actually coming up against.
Oh, I can only hold one item at a time.
Just one on the first Dizzy. Oh yeah, they must have introduced that with Treasure Island onwards. Yeah. So what you end up doing from memory is carting an item back to a place you can remember where it is and leaving it there so you know you can come back to it and use it later on.
Okay.
There's, there's a lot of that involved. But again, you wouldn't know to do that until you know what on earth it is you're supposed to be doing.
And I had we okay. How do I not let the bridge fall?
So basically, you can walk on it, but you have to jump before you get to that gap thing in the middle. And you have to
Oh.
remember to do that every single time because if you do cock it up, it stays gone forever and completely soft locks you out the rest of the game.
Oh, I was able to do it.
Yeah.
So it was the gap. It's a gap that makes the bridge go
Yeah, it
down.
makes the bridge disappear.
Oh, geez.
There is a trick to this, by the way. We'll see if you work it out.
I need to walk down, right?
Yeah. Wow, well done. I don't think I
I've
understood how to
played
do
I played ZX Spectrum games before.
that. I think I was probably about 3 years deep before I realized I could do
Yeah. Uh-oh.
that. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. No, 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 no. Okay. There's a lot of birds and oh, I like the castle in the clouds.
Yeah.
Do we ever go there? Or is it
Yes.
just
At the end, although it doesn't. I mean, it's implied that that's where you've gone, at least at the very end, if I remember correctly. That's where
okay?
Zack's wizard is.
This is a manic bird. Can I go down here?
No, I'm not sure if you ever can on that one, actually. And that bucket has possibly the most bizarre. You need to use an item on it, and I
Mhm.
seem to remember that the item you use on it makes no sense whatsoever.
So this is end.
Yeah, I think it's that way to the castle later on when you've got the thing that opens it.
And having played many Spectrum games, I just assume that the droplets of water are deadly.
Yes.
It's like all the toilets
hmm
and apples and okay,
Yeah, literally anything that moves basically is dangerous in any Spectrum game half the time.
so what did you like about this game?
Well, I mean, as I say, it's got a lot of character, and I think a lot of ZX Spectrum games that I played at the time didn't. It's probably
No.
the easiest way to put it. Um, Either they were very primitive, or the
Oh
ones
God.
that were that did have character didn't necessarily have this kind of, I guess, childish quality to it. Yeah, that bird is a pain in
I'm
the
having
ass.
the worst of time with this bird here
Yeah.
because the game seems to put like these obstacles in your way so that it's extra hard for you to jump.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. All the time. And they seem to have calculated exactly where to put enemies. And if
No.
you do something
Ah.
like that, then that happens. And that you've just demonstrated it perfectly.
Oh my God. And I'm dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
If you make one false move, then you're done for.
Okay. Let's try again.
I think if I remember rightly, you have to go left first.
Mm. Beware of the deadly spider. Oh, Jesus.
He does fall off things very, very easily.
There's a trick to this. Yeah, I can see there's a trick to his movements.
Yeah. Well, Most platform games specifically, certainly nowadays, will have that what's it called? It's got a specific term where you stand right on the edge of a platform and you
Mm.
only have to have your toe on it and you'd still be standing on it. But Disney
Yeah.
doesn't have that. I think it's like halfway through the sprite, he'll start to fall. And I can't think of many games that do that. So it's really difficult to get used to where he falls off platforms.
And he rolls a little bit. Like
Yes.
oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I can assume he's gonna die a lot just rolling.
Hmm.
So I have
Yeah, and
yeah.
this is why people hate Dizzy a lot of the time is this movement.
Oh God. So is this like half of the gameplay? Them just putting stuff like this and a bird flying around?
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, extra life. Hmm.
Hmm.
And I have a mucky grease gun.
Yeah, which you use on that, I think.
This.
Yeah,
And
I
how
think
to.
so. I think you just drop it. Yeah,
Oh
there you go.
wow. I finished the puzzle.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
What the?
yeah, it's almost like you need to drop down, like walk onto platforms as much as possible because the jumping is just a nightmare.
Yeah, and he was just like he's just rolls.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, so what the game tends to do is have you track backwards and forwards, then backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. So obviously you've got the graveyard key now, which is that locked door that you found right at the other end of the game.
So I need to go back to the graveyard, unlock something there.
Possibly. If I'm remembering rightly, I think that's what you do.
Yeah.
But there is a wee trick to this.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you come back up here, see that thing there?
Mm-hmm.
That is bird seed. If you pick that up, you can go around and for some reason it kills birds. I don't know why. But if you use that, you can go through the entire game and kill off all the birds so you don't have to keep dealing with them over and over again.
Oh.
So that's like your first
But
thing that you kind of need to do.
it's gonna be impossible for me to get up there. It's gonna I can't.
That is the first step.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh no. And he did like I can only jump up to this
Mhm.
thing from there and okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I have free Acme bird seed. And do I just put it
Mhm.
here?
You just jump into them. No, don't let it touch it because that. So pick it back up again. Just jump into the bird and it'll kill it. If you drop it and the bird bumps into it, the bird will die, but also the seed will disappear. But if you've just got the seed on your person, when you bump into the bird, it'll kill the bird. Again, I don't understand the logic
So
behind it, any of that.
this game is so hard to control. It's even hard to kill the birds on purpose
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But this was extremely satisfying,
Mm,
killing that bird.
yeah. And there's plenty of them. I think there's some in the mines as well for some reason. I thought they were bats initially, but no, I think they are birds because you can kill them with the bird seed.
I need to go from here into this screen, and then I need to
Yeah.
jump here. Um,
Yeah, I think the other thing with Dizzy, as a kid, is it's the first time it felt like a world rather than just stages. I'm sure plenty of games have obviously done that beforehand, but it was the first one that I'd played where it felt like a cohesive whole, I guess.
yeah,
Um,
like an actual world.
yeah, and I couldn't, hmm, can't think
The,
off the top of my head anything I would have been playing previously, but yeah, this is definitely the first one
so
that
there
blew my
weren't many
mind.
games like that. I mean, I remember seeing screenshots of The Great Escape,
Mm,
um, and I thought that looked incredible. Like these are
yeah,
actual people just walking
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Um, and same for all the fancy kids who had like Last Ninja 2, this is
Mm,
around. I was like,
yeah.
oh, he's walking in a city. Like, how
Yeah.
cool is that?
Yeah, I've still never actually got around to playing that.
Okay. So, what item do I have? The graveyard key. Oh, it's this.
Yeah, so I think it opens that door. Oop, the door just flies.
This,
I completely forgot about
that's pretty good.
that. Yeah, this is where you
Uh,
need the bird
I
seed
need the
again.
bird seat here, but I don't wanna track back. I,
Yeah,
I,
this is this is the entire game. It's backwards and forwards.
oh God. I'm just gonna jump in here, see what happens. No.
Yeah, because I think these are totally random as well, which doesn't help. Oh.
So I think I would actually love this game
Mm,
because it is something you can just hang around in it and you
yeah,
can learn all the intricacies and you can learn all the weird puzzles and you can figure it out. It would probably have taken you like 2 months,
yes, I would
but
have thought so.
this is exactly the kind of game I would have loved to play
Mm.
when I was younger.
Yeah, it's kind of like point and click before point and click games, mixed with the platforming, and it's not dissimilar to what Codemasters published for, I think it was Mega Drive and NES, Cosmic Space Head, which was literally the two mixed together. Oh yeah, you
I
kind of
killed the
accept this.
spider.
Yeah, so you can also go back and kill off all the spiders as well if you need to.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Because that sounds cool. I mean, you would when you played this game 100 times, you would just immediately just start with all this housekeeping. Just walk
Mhm.
around, kill all the spiders, kill all the birds.
Yeah.
And here I probably need something that is far, far away, like deep
Yes.
somewhere.
I
Uh,
can't remember where that bit is, but
yeah,
yes, you will.
and a feather.
Yeah.
And I'm
Don't
guessing a lot of this is obtuse, like what do you use the feather for? Something weird,
Yeah.
right?
I genuinely cannot remember what the feather's for. A vampire duck's feather. Yeah, that is completely out of my mind.
It makes total sense. But okay, cool. I don't think I need to play more of this for a while. I think I know exactly what this is,
Hmm.
and I kind of enjoy it. Well, I kind of enjoy it if I go into my mindset as a 8-year-old
Yes.
that had no other
Yeah.
games to play
Yeah.
and had finished Robocop 20 times.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think that annoying role kind of leads into a little bit of gameplay itself. I think without that, it may end up being a little too easy to just walk around. If you know the puzzles, obviously
Mm.
you can just walk around and solve them all. Whereas that annoying role that Dizzy has just adds that little layer of difficulty. Even though I think some people see it as just like, oh, it's just a nuisance.
Mm.
It is, but I do think it kind of has its place in this game, and certainly in the other games, there are certain sections where you have to get in the right place to jump, otherwise you're just done.
Yeah. So cool. Thanks for showing up. And you are doing a
Okay.
stream.
I am of every single Dizzy game I can get through. I'm going to try and complete as many as possible, but I won't be using save states or anything. So really, that's just going to rely on how long it takes before I just want to throw a specific game in the bin. I think this one will be difficult because it'll just be remembering what to use everything for. But
Mm.
I think Treasure Island is going to be the big one. Just as I say, you get one life, and all of the traps and stuff are off screen, so you have to remember where all the traps are and everything. And yeah, I am honestly dreading that. But we'll see. There's also the Dizzy spin-off games that I'll be playing as well, which I'll probably do in between the
Mm.
bigger games just for a bit of variety. But yeah, tons of guests, tons of prizes, and yeah, just me going insane for 24 hours over a weekend. So come and join.
It sounds amazing. And that's on the 11th or 12th of
Yes,
November.
11th and 12th. So this weekend
Yeah.
coming.
2023. For so those people watching this in the future,
Yes.
are you going to make a video out of it, like post on your channel?
Possibly. That's going to take a lot of editing down. With like a solid 24 plus hours of going through the footage. But I don't know if people are watching in the make because people can make Twitch highlights. So if anything specific happens, that'll be a good way to remind me. So I'll have to get people to jump on the highlighting because I won't like to do it myself. I don't think, but yeah.
And this is all for charity, and I'll post the charity info in the description of the video. Thanks a lot.
It's all right. Thank you.
So, Dizzy, what did I think? In a way, I am a little torn on this game because I think me as a kid would have loved it. Because it's a colorful world, there's exploration, it has a lot of character, and kind of feels and looks a lot better than other games at the time. It has its own identity, but it's the exploration and the world that I would have really, really loved as a kid. Today, however, and this is why I'm split on it, it's a really hard sell. Like all the backtracking back and forth, trying to figure out the puzzles. I'm not sure, I know I would not have patience for this today. But I can see where they started, I can see this is a pretty good game, but I'm pretty sure that other games, Dizzy games, are probably stronger. So let's give it ample room for improvement here by putting it in B and hoping or assuming that other games will maybe drop into A and S in the future for me. And yeah, thanks for showing up for this video, and thanks especially to RoseTintedSpectrum for helping me out, and also thanks to WhatHoSnorkers for the AI generated images, and BuddyPal for the music, like always. And see you all again at Binni's Retro.